Today, I want to talk to you about the top 3 most important, mission-critical, foundational marketing channels to have in place in your business in 2023. The real estate market has adjusted. 6 months ago, buyers and sellers thought differently than they think today. And they're gonna think even more differently come next year. And so my question to you is your marketing reflective of that, or are you still doing the same old thing? I wanna talk about what are the marketing channels that enable you to be more effective in converting leads, knowing that that period of maturing a lead, that incubation period could get a little bit longer. The messaging could change. The way that people find an agent and or believe in an agent, so to speak, in terms of do they hire that agent or not, is going to be adjusting. And so I want to calibrate around that. How has the market shifted? And therefore, what should your marketing mix look like? Top 3 channels in 2023. And the other reason I think this is important is just because, look, there's a ton of different marketing ideas out there that could be a part of your plan, but does not mean they should be a part of your plan, because we know that when you're a dabbler in marketing, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, just spreading yourself a little too thin, it really does not move the needle in your business. So today we pattern interrupt. Today we reset, and we talk about the top 3 marketing channels to dominate in 2023. Welcome to This Week in Marketing. My name is Jason Pantana, your host and instructor, and I'm super glad you're here today. If this is your first time watching one of our videos, please, it would mean the world to us if you would hit that big red subscribe button, and there's a little bell icon right next to it. Tap that, and it's gonna notify you whenever we publish new videos just like this one. Now, without further ado, let's dive into our conversation, the top 3 marketing channels to have in place in 2023. Ready, get set, go. Now, the first marketing channel to be invested in, to have really foundationally set up in place, is one we've talked about on these shows a number of times. And it is still even more important than it was when I first published videos, and that's your Google business profile, formerly called your Google My Business. It's really the center point of your local SEO strategy. We would call that local discovery, which is a trend we're seeing becoming more and more popular. What is local discovery? Local discovery is when a consumer searches for a local business in a local context, and it happens predominantly on Google, and it's powered by your Google business profile. Google search and Google Maps is where it goes down. However, we also see the trend really emerging on TikTok, on Snapchat, on Instagram, and different social platforms. This idea of helping consumers connect with local businesses around them is a massive use, it's a massive functionality of mobile devices. And so it just makes sense that because, my phone is always with me, and because of that, I can search for things around me. Now, Google is still the absolute home base for all things local discovery. And there's a couple of things it does for you that I think are really profound and worthy of mention, because your Google business profile, it creates a sense of consideration and of credibility, which are 2 majorly important ingredients when it comes to your marketing mix. Consideration, what does it mean? How do you get on the consideration set of a would-be seller or would-be buyer? Well, they do a Google search like best realtor in Milwaukee, best realtor near me, something like that. And if your Google business profile has been properly optimized, then you stand a chance of ranking and being found by a prospective buyer or seller who either A, does not yet have an agent, because we do know, just as a sidebar, we know that a huge number of all sales, the consumer, the buyer, the seller is going to work with an agent because they were referred to that agent or because they used that agent in the past. So repeat referral is going to be a huge slice of the pie in terms of how consumers find their agent. However, we know that Google search and local discovery is a trend on the rise, and not everybody has an agent they want to work with, or their last experience wasn't great and they'd like to talk to somebody else. My point to you is there is so much opportunity to get found on Google, to win consideration and credibility, because they read your reviews and they see what you're all about on your profile, and it works to convince them to say, you know what, I really should talk to this agent. If you're not properly leveraging your Google business profile in 2023, you're missing a fundamental opportunity to be found by more buyers, and specifically more sellers, because we know that buyers tend to search for homes on Google. That's standard behavior of a buyer. But sellers are far more likely to search for the best real estate agent near me or something to that tune, and I want you to be positioned to win on those searches. Now, again, I repeat, we've talked about your Google business profile on this show a whole bunch. There's 3 things I want to focus on today, and that is more reviews, more videos, and more keywords. Those are the 3 things I want to add to the conversation when it pertains to your Google business profile, starting with more reviews. If you have not already deployed the ultimate review getting process in 2022 and going into 2023, you're missing a massive opportunity. Every time a buyer or a seller shares their experience in working with you, that experience gets published on Google and can then be found by would-be buyers and sellers looking for an agent who provides the exact kind of experience that you provide. If you're not properly leveraging reviews, if you're not prioritizing getting reviews, it's worth the effort. So I would encourage you to implement the ultimate review getting process in your business for your Google business profile in 2023. I would also say double down on videos. Where do you put the videos? Well, in the photos section of your Google business profile, if you go to business.google.com, in the photos section, you can upload videos. The videos can't be very long and there are limitations, but we are continuing to see that the use of videos in your Google business profile is really helping your profile get found a whole bunch more in Google search and in Google Maps. So it's get more reviews, post more videos, and then last, really think critically about your keywords. What are keywords? Well, keywords are the words and phrases that somebody may search in Google that Google may recognize relate to your business profile. So words like the name of your business, like the kind of business you do, realtor, real estate team, listing agent, words that describe what you do, helping people buy, sell, invest, and so forth, and then words that modify what you do basically. Best realtor, top listing agent, and those types of phrases. I want you thinking right now about a word cloud of the top and most important words that should be all over your profile. Where? Well, in your reviews, ideally, maybe in the business name, maybe in the services area where you can describe your different categories of service, all over your profile. And then also, they should be all over your website because remember, Google's always Googling you. And so Google is going to look across the pages of your website and see what words relate to your profile and so forth. So in 2023, here's what I want from your Google business profile. More reviews, more videos, more keywords. Now, if you're looking to go all in on your Google business profile, then you should most certainly check out our brand new capstone course called Google Business Boss. It is an A to Z guide on exactly what to do to optimize your profile to get found by more buyers, more sellers, and win business through your Google business profile. It's part of our brand new Marketing Pro training series, and we've got a link for more details on that in the description. Now, the second most critical foundational marketing channel to have integrated in your business in 2023 is social media video. Again, another subject we talk about really, really often on this show. Why? Because it's so important. We've said many times before, and this is kind of my analogy, if you will, that marketing without content is like a bow without arrows. It doesn't do anything. I mean, imagine, for instance, having an Instagram account with all these followers and never posting anything to it. Does the account do you any good without the content? No. The point of it is, marketing without content is a bow without arrows. We live in a day and age where it's kind of like what Gary Vaynerchuk said years ago. Every single business on the planet, whether they know it or not, whether they would admit it or not, is a media company. So do you have a game plan for creating media for social, specifically video first media? So what's your strategy in 2023 going to look like when it comes to video marketing? Are you properly operationalized around producing video? Because this is a know you, like you, trust you business. That's just the nature of real estate. The consumer works with the agent of choice, the one who's top of mind, the one they know, like, and trust. And I would argue there is no format like video when it comes to being able to convey who you are as a professional and why the consumer should work with you and why they should place their confidence in your competence. There's nothing like video, specifically vertical video, because we know if you're paying attention to what's happening in the world of social media, it's all about vertical video. So here's what I would push you to think about when it comes to your video in 2023. I want to see more Reels, more TikToks, more YouTube Shorts. Those are the vertical video formats that matter the absolute most in 2023. So let's talk about what Reels are. Reels are the vertical video format for Instagram and Facebook. So when you're recording video, I want you to basically take your phone, I want you to turn it from horizontal to vertical. That's what Reels are on Facebook and Instagram. They are the vertical video format on Facebook and Instagram. Now, Facebook allows other aspect ratios. It could be widescreen, landscape, and so forth. But on Instagram, it's all vertical right now. Reels are it's all vertical, whether it's in your stories, whether it's in the feed, whatever feed it is, it's all vertical video under the banner of Reels, but I'm not going to get overly technical in the details there. My point is you should be doubling down on making vertical content, more Instagram Reels, and then also more TikToks. We know that TikTok is absolutely here to stay. I mean, that platform has been on fire, and if you have not made TikTok a part of your overall social media strategy now, then in 2023, it's a non-negotiable. That doesn't mean you have to dance and point and do all the silly things that aren't part of your brand. Not at all. It means that you have to start looking at TikTok as yet another outlet for spreading your message, because your brand, I've said this lots of times, is your voice, your mind, your heart, your face. It's you. Nobody does you better than you. And frankly, there's no better marketing format to capture who you really are than video. So you should step up your video game. And on TikTok, it works. It doesn't have to be something you're not. You bring who you are to the platform like TikTok. And one interesting point about TikTok to keep in mind is that before it, the odds of ever having a video go viral on Facebook or on YouTube or Instagram were really, really slim. But on TikTok, they're not. You can have a viral video whereby you could reach millions with relative ease. It's not guaranteed, but it's so much easier than ever before without having any followers. TikTok is a land grab of attention, and you can drive them to other platforms, your website, and so forth. I'm simply saying to you that you need to double down on vertical videos in 2023. Reels for Facebook and Instagram, TikTok videos as well, and then last is YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts is YouTube's solution for vertical videos. They can be up to 60 seconds long. They're basically the same thing as Reels and TikToks. They all have slightly different runtime allowances in terms of how long the videos can be, but beyond that, they're pretty much the same thing. And again, the same principle applies. I want you to think about your content, what represents your brand. I'm not asking, is this the most trendy thing you could possibly do to get as many views as possible on whatever platform it is? Those are vanity metrics. I'm asking, are you using these platforms to position your brand the way that you know that it is, using your vertical videos in a way that gets people to know, like, and trust you? That's all I'm getting at today. And one interesting note about YouTube Shorts is that YouTube is owned by Google. It's known as a search engine. The dominant way people discover content on YouTube is through the search bar, and that carries over into YouTube Shorts. So TikTok's trying to be a search engine. Instagram's got a really, really long way to go, but YouTube is a search engine. And so it begs the question, are you making videos that people would search for to discover on YouTube? Because one of the advantages is with YouTube that when you post content on like Instagram or TikTok, those algorithms tend to feature more recent content. So whatever your most recent content is, it's gonna get most of the views. And so what happens is your video burns through the feeds and then it's gone, never to be heard of again, basically, but not on YouTube. Because if somebody searches for the topic that your video covers, they can find it a year, 2, 3 years later. And so my question to you is, are you properly leveraging video marketing in your overall marketing mix? There's no marketing format like that. It needs to be vertical. So that means more Reels, more TikToks, more YouTube Shorts. Each of those different platforms has their own embedded opportunities, with TikTok being massive views for very little effort, with Instagram and Facebook being the #1 place you're already in front of your people, your database, your book of business, your area of connections, and then YouTube being search optimized to get discovered by people who are looking for exactly what your video covers. My point to you is that in 2023, if you have not yet, or even if you have, you need to absolutely crush your video marketing. Now, if you're listening and you're like, I really want to go from rookie to rockstar with all things social media marketing, specifically with a video first approach to it on TikTok, on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, then as part of our Marketing Pro training series, we've also got another course called Cracking the Social Code. It's a complete exhaustive course on all things social media on those specific platforms. And it talks about how to use the platforms, how to harness the platforms at the highest level, and also how to do so with video. Because reality is, it's social media, but the only media that really matters right now is video. So if you're not really stepping up and getting results out of your video marketing, then you owe it to yourself, because you're kind of spinning your wheels if the video is not working for you in your social media marketing strategy. So if that's you, whether you're a new agent or an experienced agent, either way, the course is still for you. Click the link in the description for more details. And finally, our third marketing channel that I believe is just truly foundational and mission critical to the success of your marketing in 2023 is email marketing, an oldie but a goodie. In fact, arguably the greatest return on investment marketing channel there is, bar none. It's the GOAT, the greatest of all time. As the marketplace adjusts, I believe it is all the more important that you develop your nurture sequence. What is your game plan to stay in front of, to add value to, and to ultimately, over time, nurture your leads and contacts from friend zone to end zone, professionally speaking? Because it has been, over the last several years, that people were in such a frenzy to buy real estate or sell real estate. They were just go, 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 go. The conversion process was significantly different than it is now. And now we're in a position where it's like, hey, do you have a game plan to be in front of folks on a recurrent basis whereby you are continually adding value and you are continually positioning yourself as the knowledge broker so that when the time does come where they feel confident to buy, sell, invest, or whatever it might be, that you're that agent they're thinking of and they're like, oh, I'm going to work with you because I get their emails. Now, I want you to keep that in mind, and I want you to look at email as the best marketing channel to stay in front of somebody in the long term. Now, I do believe that you should be leveraging social media and a lot of other marketing channels when it comes to, say, working your database of past clients, sphere of influence contacts, and leads. However, if you have not absolutely dialed in your email strategy, then you're missing a major, major opportunity to nurture and cultivate those opportunities. So in 2023, I want to see three things. I want to see more newsletters, more calls to action, and more triggers. Let's break those down for a second. Newsletters. Here's what I don't mean. I don't mean you deploy some service who says, hey, we'll write your newsletter for you, blah, blah, blah. My thinking about email marketing is that email marketing is a channel for distributing your content. Again, we said this in the last section, that marketing without content is a bow without arrows. So again, imagine having an email but no content with which to fill the email. There's nothing to send to your people. And so start to look at email as a channel for distributing your content. What content? The same content you publish on social media. Your videos, your posts, all the stuff you do that confers value on social, why not once a week recap it in a digest or a newsletter or whatever word you want to use to describe what this is, but why not send a once a week email to your entire database that's nothing but value stuffed information from your content mix? I promise you, when you start doing that, you're going to start seeing open rates go up. You're going to start seeing overall email performance go up because you're properly utilizing email as a channel for giving value-add content. A lot of agents complain and say, email's not really working. I'm like, that's because you're not really working it properly. When you send people spam, they don't like it. But when you send them value-add content, they like it. Hey, they like it, right? So send more newsletters. And then also I put a note to say, send more calls to action. What that means is every so often, maybe like once a week or every other week, or having soft calls to action in your newsletter, invite people into working with you. Buy, sell, invest, refer. Don't miss the strategic opportunity to ask for the business, because think about it like this. You might be generating leads all the time. You might be adding new contacts to your CRM all the time, and they continually are opting into your email newsletter, and then you keep sending out value-add emails. You don't know when somebody's going to necessarily be ready to buy or sell. And so because of that, you keep adding value in all that content, but you also every so often station the ask. Hey, do you want to book a listing appointment? Hey, do you want to talk about buying property? And you give people options for how you can serve them. Buy, sell, invest, refer. I want to see more calls to action in your emails as standalone emails and or as calls to action that are kind of stuffed in between the content of your newsletters. And then last, when it comes to email, I want to see more of what we call triggers. A trigger is something happens and it triggers a specific email to fire off. So for example, somebody opts into your email list. That should automatically trigger a welcome campaign that says, hey, welcome, here's what to expect. Here's some of the best stuff you've missed along the way. And by the way, please add us to your address book so that you never miss one of our important emails in the future. Those welcome campaigns are some of the best performing emails you'll ever send. So make sure that you're having some kind of a process put in place so that when somebody opts into your email newsletter, it triggers a welcome campaign. And then I would do the same for when folks are disengaged over time. Most email service providers like MailChimp or BombBomb and so forth, they have the ability to monitor who's not open to a certain number of emails that can then initiate some kind of an email marketing sequence that's designed to win them back. It's called a win back sequence. So when I think about triggers, I'm thinking about win backs. I'm thinking about welcome sequences and things of that effect. What I'm saying though, in sum total, is you've got to step up your email marketing game in 2023. Email marketing is bar none the highest rated marketing channel there is, and you're not properly leveraging it. Now, surprise, surprise, we also put together another complete online course as part of our Marketing Pro course training product called Inbox Hero, and it literally goes step by step, end to end, on turning you into an ultimate email marketing machine. If you want more details on that course or any of the other courses that are part of Marketing Pro, just click the link in the description. And so there you have it, what I believe to be truly the 3 most critical foundational marketing channels that you need to have in place for the reasons we talked about in 2023 and beyond, because the marketplace has changed and is changing, and the opportunities around these specific marketing channels to me are real. They're tangible, they're yours for the taking. Get all after your Google business profile, leverage email marketing, crush it with video and social media. If you do those things as part of your marketing mix, you're gonna see results in what you're doing. I'd love to hear your feedback. What do you think are the most important marketing channels in 2023 and beyond? Where are you seeing the most results in your business? Until next week, this is This Week in Marketing.